Sweet. All right. Everyone can hear me loud and clear. Oh, there's a delay. Sweet. All right. Everyone can hear me loud and clear.
Can't see the calendar good.
Did you see me do that? I don't know. Not stand out. Okay, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. There is a slight delay, but we'll bear with it. It's going to pick up a lot of noise, so we might have to start another, maybe even going. Okay, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. There is a slight delay, but we'll bear with it. That's sucking up data. Go back to them. It's still showing. That's probably the delay.
Why does it have a delay like that?
Okay, hold on everyone. There's a mix of, okay, hold on. Okay. Tell them to go on Facebook. Tell her don't use the link in her inbox.
That's the one she sent to everybody.
Should work.
Go on Team of Destiny.
See, it picks up everything. Okay, there's been an issue with the link. Hopefully, people will start getting in here. I don't care if there's one person or there's a bunch. Everyone's slowly going to be coming on here. I'm going to give it a minute. There was an issue with the link. I put a new link up, putting in the Team of Destiny starting now, and there's a new link. So I see viewers starting to come in. Okay, there's been an issue with the link. Hopefully, people will start getting in here. I don't care if there's one person or there's a bunch. Everyone's slowly going to be coming on here. I'm going to give it a minute. There's an issue with the link. I put a new link up, putting in Team of Destiny starting now, and there's a new link. So I see viewers starting to come in. All right, cool. Well, I'm going to get started here. Okay, I had another computer. I don't know if it's dragging. But anyways, I'm going to get started here. First of all, I want to welcome all of you to this live training. As you can see here, I got my calendar up. I'm going to show everybody how to take advantage of this. And the first thing I want to do is I want to let everybody know when you get involved in Zervita. Well, first of all, I want to welcome all of you live. We're going to have more and more viewers start to come in. And you know what? Let your team know. I think this is automatically recording And again, I apologize for the video quality. I think you guys can all hear me pretty well. It's just the video quality may not be that great. So with that being said, first of all, I want to just say real quick, I hope everyone's zealing up. Zeal up. The second thing is when all of you get started, when you're first getting started and your pack arrives, you're going to get a box. When you pick one of your starter, when you pick one of the packs to get started, you're going to get a box. And when you get a box, inside of it, you're going to get a beautiful starter kit. This is where when you pay that $35, there's a ton of information. It's going to slide open. It's beautiful. Some people get these and never even open them. And then inside, there's all kinds of information. There's packets. There's all kinds of packets and brochures and all kinds of marketing materials. But what I want to do real quick is I just want to let everybody know, if you haven't looked at your welcome kit, it's very important that you definitely look at it and you remind all your team members to look at it. Now, today what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to be as concise as possible, and I'm going to give you guys all information on how to absolutely take advantage of this business. If you want to grow a very large organization, you have to do a few things, and you have to do these things right. And one of those things is doing Zeal parties. He or she who does the most Zeal parties, has the most Zeal parties going on in their group, will obviously build the biggest organization. So what I want to do is just say this. Obviously, when we do a Zeal party, in fact, I got my beautiful wife here. Could you get a couple sample bottles or sample bottles? What we do, I want to explain what you do when you do a Zeal party. First of all, you don't have any materials out. You don't have anything out people can read or anything. What you want to do is when people come in the house, you want to have some great music playing in the background. You want to have a bunch of Zeal bottles. You want to have a bunch of these Zeal bottles on the counter. And what you want to do is you just want to ask everybody a question when they come through the door is, what flavor do you like, you think you might like? Bold, wild berry, or tropic? And so we've got 3 different flavors. What do you think you like? Some people say, oh, I like grape. All right, perfect. I like tropical. So what you do is you show them, this is one of our Zeal bottles. And what we do is we show them the powder inside, and then I crack it open. We fill it up with water, shake it, and take it. And when they do that, we want to make sure everyone's got a Zeal bottle. Now, if somebody's holding the bottle, but they're not drinking it yet, you got to encourage them to say, go ahead, drink it. I want to know what you think of the taste. And then you never want to have the doctor's report, nothing out. You can have that out after. Then what you want to do is you want to take everyone in the living room, say, all right, everybody, we're going to get started. You want to take everyone in the living room, and then you want to play the Genesis of Zeal, then give your health testimonials, then say, you know, we got so excited, we got so passionate about the product, we wanted to become promoters and share it with people. And then you could play and say, we want to share it with people. So what we want to do is we want to show you how the movement has been going on all across the United States, and actually it's starting to go globally. And we're here to start a movement right here. And you've got to see what happened to these people who started it, and then put out the small town video and play the small town video. We're getting a lot of traction playing those 2 videos because the small town video tells the part-time story. It tells the all-star story. It gives income testimonials. It's the perfect video that gets people of an understanding that they can do this starting part-time, and they can actually truly make over $1,000 in their first 30 days. So with that being said, when that video ends, then you give a couple income testimonials, okay? And remember, the testimonials should be no more than 30 seconds. 30 seconds. You got to understand, what you want people to see is that we can do a Zeal party in about 30 minutes. In about 30 minutes, when you get everyone in the living room, from when they come in, we gather everyone up in the living room, you know, with the videos, we're talking a little over 30 minutes or under 30 minutes. And understand that is going to be quick. That's going to be very appealing to people who feel they have no time. So that's why you want to keep the testimonials very condensed. So many people say, man, I don't know if I could do this, because they were at a party for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Hours fine, but like 2 or 3 hours, it's overkill. That's selling, and we're not in the selling business. So what you want to do is, when that party is ending, what you want to do is you want to come up in front of the room, because so many people say, what do I say when it's coming to an end? How do I close it out? I don't know what to say. Here's what you want to say. Write this stuff down I'm giving you today. Write this question down. You're going to ask everybody in the party a question, and you're going to ask them this question. The first question is this: based on what you've seen, who here would love to get over or make over $1,000 in the next 30 days? Who here would love to make $1,000 in the next 30 days and do exactly what I'm doing with you? Raise your hand. People mirror what you do. Raise your hand, because they're also going to identify themselves to you who wants to make over $1,000 in the next 30 days. So when that happens, then you say this: well, I want to thank everyone. That's great. What we're going to do is we're going to take a 2-minute break for all the people that want to know more about how the money works and how to make the money. We're going to take a 2-minute break, and we're going to get started in 2 minutes. For all of you that are not interested in sharing the product with people, no problem. Here's what I want to ask you, though, and this is what you say. Here's what I want to ask you. Based on, you know, you doing your friend a favor and coming to this party, or your family member, or whatever the situation may be, will you just do them a personal favor? Will you just help them out? Be supportive, and at least try out the product for 30 to 60 to 90 days, and just become a customer. We have product here you can buy right now, or you can become a preferred customer. You can go right online and we can get you signed up. But you would be doing your friend a favor. So if you're not interested in the business part, at least support them and try the product out and become a customer. See, when you do that, a lot of times people say, well, I'll become a customer, but I don't want to promote it. And that's fine, because we know they can come back around in 30 to 60 days because of the results they get on the product. Now, with that being said, when that ends and we break the room, what we do is we literally let the people out that are not interested. What you're going to find, though, are most people are going to stick around. So now that everyone's there, this is what you do. Let's say there's 2, 3, 4, whatever people still there. This is what you're going to say. All right, everybody, because you know, we want to help all of you, make that money. But what I want to do is I want to use somebody as an example real quick. And what you kind of do is you want to focus in on somebody that's giving you a lot of feedback or energy. You guys know what I'm talking about when somebody's smiling at you, they're happy. So what you want to do is you want to just ask to say, you know what, Emily, I'm going to use you an example just for role playing, but this is for all of you. But let me, Emily, let me ask you this. Well, first of all, I forgot to do something here. I got my thing in front of me. Before you, before you start going through the calendar, which I'm going to get to in a minute, say, I want to thank all of you for sticking around. And before we even get started, what I want to do is, and I forgot to do this too, sorry. But what we do is we tell people it's so simple, as the video explained, the small town video, people making over $1,000 in their first 30 days. Say it's real simple. We've got something called our All-Star. And then at the very end, after the video, the testimonial say it's very simple. It's just, how many of you know 2 like-minded people? Just 2. What if you were to introduce 2 people who introduced 2 people? So get to, help to. Get to, help to. And I do it with my hands. And imagine if you introduced 2 people who introduced 2 people each, you would, in that one scenario, you would make $1,000. And see, what you have to understand is we can show all of you how to get that $1,000, but we know this is, not everyone wants to be a promoter. So we're going to take a 2-minute break, and that's when you say, we're going to take a 2-minute break. Whoever doesn't want to stick around can become a customer, and the rest stick around. So, okay, now we come back after the break so people understand there's a way to make $1,000. It's pretty simple. Get to, help to. And then what I do, and what everyone should do, because it's in your kit, you want to pull out the packs. Everyone has this. It's the starter packs and then the auto ship packs. So here's what you want to do. Here's the starter packs right here. And what I do is I say, look, here's our starter packs. Now you're going to want to write these down. There's 4 key reasons why you want to pick one of these packs. And this is what I say. I don't care where you start, but you need to pick one of these packs. Here's why. First of all, we have our builder pack, our mid-level pack, and our entry-level pack. Now, just to give you guys an idea, the entry-level pack, I tell them, or the builder pack, you get over $900 worth of product for $549. And of course, then there's your $35 enrollment with your kit. Then our mid-level pack, you get over $700 of product for $349. And then our entry-level pack is you get over $500 worth of product for $275. Now, here's why you need to pick a pack. And this is where you guys got to write this down, because if you get good at repeating what I'm saying, and what it is we're not in the business, believe it or not, this is going to get people to join you, but you don't want to come off selling. One second, everyone. Can you text Karen and make sure it's coming through good? Okay, so what you want to do is once you go through these packs, this is why you need a pack. This is what I do. When I'm holding it up, I say, look, number one, you need to be a product of the product. Wouldn't you agree? You need to believe in the product. You need to be a user of the product. So you need to be consuming the product, number one. The second reason why you need to pick a pack, people are going to want to buy product from you at your party. They're going to say, hey, I want to buy some of it right now. Do you have any I can buy? So you want to have product on hand to sell. That's very common. So that's the second reason. The third reason is you want a product to be able to do your party, to be able to share, sample every time you're out and about. So you need product to help build your business and to share it. The fourth reason is when you personally sign somebody up, like tonight. If you're going to sign somebody up, you need to give them a little bit of product as they leave your home. You never want somebody sign up and then they're waiting a few days to a week for their pack to come in. They're not on the product. They're not able to share the product, and they're kind of going, did I make the right decision? And you start to question your own self or your decision you made. Well, guess what? If I sign you personally up, I'm giving you a canister of the product, which whatever flavor you love. I'm going to give you a sample box of 24 bottles. I'm going to give you a bag of shakes, whatever flavor you like, because I want you on the product immediately. But I also want to stock you up with some sample bottles, and I even might give you a stack of doctor's reports. But because I'm personally sponsoring you, I tell you, look, when your product comes in, just return what I'm giving you. And what happens is you create this culture of everyone knows why to pick a pack. The 4 key reasons: you want to be on the product to believe in it. You want to have product to sell. You want to be able to have product to share and sample. And you want to have product to give to somebody when you sign them up. So what happens is when their pack comes in, they're going to return what you gave them. But number 2, they're going to leave there. They're going to be on the product immediately. They'll be able to make a shake with some Zeal in it the next morning. They're going to be able to start sharing the product. But here's where we get to the meat of everything. So this is very important. And I got my notes here. I made notes because I want to be on time. Okay. See, the whole key is all of you can see the calendar here. And it says here, if you can't see it, it says, show me your calendar and I can tell you the health of your business. Folks, if you got to look at this, everyone wants to get a calendar. They're selling them in the Z Center, but you go out and get a calendar. Whatever you got to do, get yourself a calendar. Write down everything in your personal life on the calendar. Whatever you got going on a daily basis, what the calendar is going to do is it's going to help keep you very organized and understand something. New people need structure. They need to know exactly you know, what to do and how to do it. What's the number one thing people say to themselves at the end of anything? Can I do this and how do I do it? So with that being said, what I want to do is share with you when the party ends and we break for the 2 minutes and I go through the packs real quick and then I pick out somebody in the party and I'll just use Emily for an example. And I ask the question to Emily. I say, Emily, let me ask you a question. Do you want to make the money fast or do you want to make money slow? And of course, Emily's going to say, I would like to make it fast. Great. Emily, are you willing to give yourself 4 to 6 hours in the next 30 days, 4 to 6 hours in the next 30 days to get this up and rolling? Would you be willing to do that? And she's going to say, of course, yes. Then I'm going to say, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my calendar and I'm going to say, okay, Emily, here's what I want you to understand. And as you can see, I got some stuff going on in my calendar. You're going to have other parties booked. You're going to have your own personal stuff going on. And then what you do is you ask Emily this question. You want to make the money fast. You're willing to do this 4 to 6 hours. Here's what I want to explain to you, Emily, is that this calendar here or this calendar here that you open up, say this calendar is basically your calculator. If you want to know how much money you can make or how much money you're going to have coming in, your calendar becomes your calculator. So everyone, your calendar is your calculator. It can actually, you can actually forecast what's going to happen in your business by looking at your calendar. If you open up your calendar and it's empty, that's your forecast of what's going on in your business and what's going to generate in your business. So let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. If I bring Emily to the table here, and Emily's, you know, I'm using her as an example. I say, Emily, let me explain something to you. And everyone, you need to do this because this is really what happens out there. It's just not organized. So when you pull out the calendar, you say, Emily, every Zeal party is going to equate to $500 to $1,000 in revenue, which we call GBV, which is your group bonus volume. Now, that is how you actually, that's a calculation of all your volume. But understand something. As you know, in the packs, we have the 549, 349, and the 275. On average, when you're doing these parties, you may have more revenue come out of a party than 1,000, or you may have less come out of a party than the 500. But my point is on average, over a 30-day period, it's going to all average out to about $500 to $1,000 per Zeal party. Now, and I explain this to Emily. So what I do is I say, remember, get to, help to. Number one is through this calendar. The first thing that's going to happen is the whole goal of us doing this is that, number one, you're going to hit all-star, and the whole goal is to help you make $1,000 to $2,000 in the next 30 days. Are you good with that? She says, absolutely. I say, all right, Emily, if we look at our calendar here and you're willing to give this 4 to 6 hours in the next 30 days, and let's just say what day works best for you, Emily? And Emily says, you know, Mondays seem to be my best day to give this some time. I said, great. So would you be willing to give me this Monday, or let's say this is already gone, would you be willing to start and do your party this coming Monday? Would you be willing to do that? And here's what I want to share with you, Emily. You don't have to do your party. I'm going to personally come to your home. I'm going to do your party. I'm going to actually even go through how to invite people to your party. We're not going to do it right at this moment, but you and I are going to talk over the phone, and I'm going to help you invite people to your party, which we're going to cover in a minute. But this is what I tell somebody. We don't have to cover that now, but what I want to do is I just want to mark you down. Emily, this coming Monday. Now, Emily, you're going to commit an hour here, an hour here, and an hour here. So for the next 3 weeks, or let's just say for the next 4 weeks, we're going to do a party, and I'm going to come the very first party. I'm going to come and do it all. I'm going to show you exactly what to do. Just like you've seen tonight, I'm going to do it all for you. Okay? And I'm going to guide you through it so you don't have to worry about anything. So Emily's like, oh, okay, this is great. What you're going to realize are people are going to get excited because you're going to come and do their very first party. Now, Emily, at your second party, I'm going to shadow you. You and I are going to be there together, but I'm going to let you do a lot of the party, but I'm going to shadow you there to support you and to be there for you so you don't have to worry about anything. So Emily's getting very confident. And Emily, the third week, you're probably going to tell me I got it. Because what we call this, folks, is it's called show, shadow, duplicate. Now, it's Monday. I come to Emily's. I come to her party. All I'm doing is I'm looking for one person who says they want to make over $1,000 in the next 30 days. And you know what? Emily may not even signed up yet, or I don't care. See, you're not in the business. I know it's a little bit psychologically different. You're going to end up with a lot of people joining your business, but your whole goal when you go do these Zeal parties, what we normally go do is we're looking for people to join us right away. I'm looking for consultants, 549, 349, you're looking for people. But what you want to do is change your mindset and change it to this. You are now a talent scout. You're a talent scout, and all you're doing is you're looking for people who want to make over $1,000 or more. So knowing this and knowing you're a talent scout, your whole mission is not to get people in. Your whole mission is to find somebody at every party that you go to book a party with. So all of a sudden, I'm at Emily's party, and I got Jody there. So Emily's booked 4 parties. So over here, just to show everyone, Emily's booked 4 parties. There's 4 parties booked for Emily. So I've got 4 parties. Remember, I don't have to be at all these parties, but I got 4 booked in my group now. I'm bringing Emily on. I'm working directly with her. I'm going to do her first party. I'm going to shadow her second party, and away we go. Now, at Emily's first party, we meet Jody, and Jody says, I want this. You may have more than one person, but Jody says, I want this. I do the exact same party, the exact same way. I ask the exact same question. Jody, do you want to make money fast? Do you want to make money slow? Let me ask you this. Would you be willing to give it 4 to 6 hours over the next 30 days? Great. Which day works best for you? Jody says, well, Thursdays work great for me. Well, I'm working with Emily on these Mondays. I got Thursdays over here. So what happens is Jody ends up booking 4 parties. So how many parties do I have going right now? I've got 8 total parties. Remember, I'm not going to be at all of them. I'm going to be at a few of them. Because remember, the whole goal here is duplication. But what we're doing is we're working with the group to help drive it. Then at Jody's party, what am I looking for? 1. And what do? I book them party. They get excited. They book parties because I go through how we're going to actually accomplish making that money. So people get moved by the structure. This makes sense to them. They get moved by this. And then guess what? We go to the next party, Jody's party, and guess what? We've got Karen, and Karen books 4 parties. So we've got 12 parties booked for the month instead of no parties. Now, here's the big thing. Here's what you're going to find. On average, through this group here, you're going to end up with about 6,000 to 12,000 in volume or BV. So you got, out of all this, let's just say on average, 6,000 to 12,000 in volume. Now, here's what I want to share with you. If you got 6,000 to 12,000 in volume and your whole goal is just to book a meeting from a meeting, remember, if we go back, Emily is going to be doing this with other people. Jody's going to start doing this with other people. And then, of course, Karen's going to start doing it. So you're creating this culture where everyone's working off the calendar and they've all bought into the calculator. It's because it really is. You're able to forecast 6,000 to 12,000 in volume. Let me just explain what that means money to you, money-wise. When this happens, you're going to not only all-star and make $1,000, but minimum you're going to hit premier consultant. That's another $500. That doesn't include any more sponsoring bonuses. That doesn't include possibly triggering another bonus. So you're talking minimum $500. Here's what I want to share with you. We've had people do this in under 30 days, working this system, and because they're working the calendar system, we've had people make, $1,000, $2,000 or more in their first days by doing parties. Here's what I want to share with you. It's not about how many parties you do. Remember, you're just getting the ball rolling. You're doing your party in your home. So if I sponsor you, I have to come and do your party. And you never want to say, you got to do a party. See, when you draw it out like this and you draw the plan out, people want you to come do their party. Instead of telling people, we got to do a party, you got to book your party, we got to come do it. That makes people freeze up. It's like when the Zeal party ends, you sort the room by asking the question, who here wants to make an extra $1,000? Then what you do is you show them how simple it is to go all-star, break the room. Now you're talking to the people who want to know. See, the first half of the Zeal party, that whole first half, you're on everyone else's time. And people don't have time, so you're on their time. So when we do the parties and they're really quick and people get what they want, all of a sudden, the people that stick around afterwards, now they're on your time. They want to be there. There's a big difference between they voluntarily are there to wanting to be there. So when you break the room, what you're doing is all the people that are there, guess what you're doing? They're all sticking around because they want to know, how do I make that $1,000 to $2,000 in the next 30 days? And by not overwhelming people, you're able to tell them, look, you give me 4 to 6 hours, I'll put $1,000 or more in your pocket. That's very appealing to people who feel they have no time or they don't know how they're going to fit anything else on their plate. This makes everything very doable. Then you're going to give them a plan of action by pulling out your calendar, and you're going to draw on the side. You're going to tell them, look, each party represents $500 to $1,000. Also, every party will average 3 people. And see, it's not about everyone going to one location. It's about you came and did my party, then we got somebody out of my party and we went and did their party, and so on and so on. See, in order to build a big group, it has to grow away from you. It has to grow away from you. And the only way to have that happen, think about it. If you had 20 people in your group this week, all do a Zeal party, instead of 20 people trying to get 20 people to one party, what if you had 20 people doing a party and on an average, they had 3 to 5 people, sometimes more, sometimes less. You see the math? It's crazy numbers, but then that starts to multiply. But next thing you know, you're going to have 100, 200, 500 parties or more a month going on in your group. Your calendar is going to be full. But then what you're able to do is you're able to, let's say I call up a Karen and I ask Karen, hey Karen, real quick, how many, just as a forecast, how many Zeal parties do you think you're going to have going on in your group this month? Well, see, the calendar also is a way for us to track our business through our other leaders. If Karen says, right now I've got about 30 parties booked that I know of, well, then I can go back and I can write down, well, there's 30 parties with Karen. I call up, Emily, and I say, how many parties do you have booked? Obviously, and if Karen's in her group, I say, outside of Karen, how many parties you have booked? And Emily says, I've got about 24 parties so far that I see on my calendar. Okay, perfect. Well, right there, we've got almost 60 parties. And you can go to each person and you can dictate and you can write that down and know, okay, I got 100 parties, average, that's 300 to 500 people who are going to be exposed. Do you see the math? How it starts? You're going to have a lot of people breaking All-Star, a lot of people breaking Premier, but you're also giving people a very powerful structure of how to do it. Okay, real quick, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through real quick the inviting process. Emily, did you want to add this? I'm waiting for Emily. We'll take a 2-second break here. Hopefully I'm getting this done pretty quick. We're going to be done here in a minute. Hey, I don't know if you guys have ever tried this. Wild Berry and Tropic Dream, a half a scoop each. Mix it in ice and water to die for. All right, what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to go through the inviting process. Emily ran off to do a call, so here's how it's going to work. The inviting process, there's 3 key things. There's urgency, there's placing high value on what you have, and then there's taking it away. I want to invite you to my Zeal party. So you're Karen, and you said you were on here and you're going to do a Zeal party. So I set up with you, Karen. Let's say it's the next day. I say, Karen, let's get on the phone for about 15, 20 minutes, whatever it is, whatever it takes. But I want to go through the inviting process. I'm going to help you invite some people to your home. So Karen's excited. So we set the time up the next day. I call Karen up, or she calls me, and I say, all right, Karen, here's how we're going to do this. First of all, and then what you do is you go through this with Karen or with everyone you personally bring in or anyone you're working with. You need to teach them how to invite. See, if you got to understand, if people get really good at inviting, look out, the sky's the limit, because that means they're going to get really good at filling their home. They're going to get good at filling events. They're going to get good at filling calls, whatever it is, because they understand the philosophy behind inviting people on or into an event. Now, urgency, placing high value, taking it away. Why do you want to have urgency? People are moved by urgency and excitement. They're not moved by professionalism. They're not moved by, low energy. People are moved by people that are going somewhere and that are excited. Also, the second thing is placing high value on the event. What that simply means is my beautiful wife, Vanna White. Okay. So she's going to write down, hopefully these come through, urgency and excitement. And we're going to give you an idea how it looks. You know what's weird? It's coming through backwards. Like, watch out. I think it's backwards. Anyways, we're just going to tell you, write these down. Urgency, placing high value, and taking it away. Okay. Now, why is this the key? Urgency. Urgency sounds and looks like this. Hey, Karen, it's Alex. Listen, you got a minute? I'm calling about business. I'm actually in a hurry. Hey, Karen, it's Alex. You got a minute? I'm calling about business. I don't really have much time to talk. Hey, Karen, it's Alex. You got a minute? I'm calling about business. I'm in a rush. I got to go quick. I just need to ask you a quick question. All it is you're setting the tone of the call at the very beginning. Well, Alex, don't you think that's kind of rude to not really catch up and find out how Karen's kids are doing? No, it's even ruder that's called beating around the bush. It's even ruder to ask Karen, how's everything going? Small talk, small talk, small talk. Oh, by the way, Karen, let me ask you, are you open tomorrow night? Karen's going to hang up the phone and go, all they really wanted to know is if I would come to their Zeal party. So you just be direct. Plus, people are moved by you being direct, and they're moved by your urgency. So before you pick up the phone, take a deep breath.
Also, on being urgent, one of the whole reasons behind that is you do not want to get caught up in a question and answer session. So you're wanting to make it a point, you're calling for a certain reason, and get off the phone so you don't find yourself trying to explain what you're calling for, because that'll get you in trouble. Right.
So you call Karen up. Karen, it's Alex. You got a minute? I'm calling about business. I hit the bullet number one, urgency. The second thing is I've also told her I'm in a hurry. So when she goes to ask me questions, I already told her I'm in a hurry. So if I want to get off the phone, it's justified. The second thing is placing high value. Listen, I'm having a get together tomorrow night. I'm absolutely blown away. I've actually got this product I want to share with you. I've never seen anything like it. Can you be at my house tomorrow night at 7 o'clock? So your place, this is very important to me, and I really count on you to be there. Can you do this for me? You're placing high value on what you want Karen to be a part of, to come and at least be at your party. And then the third thing is taking it away. Well, Alex, I'm busy. Oh, is it one of those things? Or you know what? What's it about? Listen, Karen, like I told you, I'm in a hurry. I need to know yes or no. Obviously, it's my living room. I can only fit a few people in there. I wanted you to hear about it first. I've got other people that want to come to this party, but I want you here first. And I've got somebody very special coming over. I just need a yes or no. As my friend, can you at least do me a favor and at least just come and check this out for me? And you just shut up and let them yes or no. If they say no, say, you know what, Karen, there's my other line. Somebody that wants to confirm, I got to go, click. That's taking it away. You are not in the convincing or selling business. Is that Karen? Okay. Okay, you're not in the convincing or selling business. So urgency, placing high value and taking it away. Also, you know, your whole goal is not to get 20 people to your house. Your whole goal is just to have a few people. Remember, on an average, I personally, when you have about 3, 5 max, those are perfect parties. People get so caught up on, oh my God, I only had 4 people show up, or they had 1 person show up. If 1 person shows up, let's say you came to my party, I invited 10 and you showed up. Guess what I'm going to say? I'm going to go, oh my God, I'm so excited. You're the first one I wanted to see this. I invited you. This is a private meeting. I'm so excited you came here. I'm so excited. You got to check this out. This product will blow your mind. What color you like? Bold grape, wild berry, or tropic terrain? Which one, what your taste buds? And remember, 1 person or 20 people, it's a success. Now, if no one shows up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through maybe what you were doing. Plus, what I'm going to do is if you're inviting people, I'm going to say, look, if you talk to more than 3 people and you don't get a confirmation for somebody to come to your party, stop. Call me immediately. Because what I'm going to do is, like if you went to a mechanic and they go, I don't know what's wrong with my car, they hook it up to a machine to diagnose it. So what they do, because they want to figure out what could be misfiring. Your phone keeps going.
You know, something that Alex said in the beginning to help me a lot was, if they're telling you by your conversation, that's not for me, I'm not interested, you've talked way too much. So your whole goal is by, you know, bringing value on the second step, bringing value to the person helping you with the party, is you calling them, and you're not bringing value on what you have. It is on the party or the person helping you with the party. So you're not there to give them a ton of information on, oh my gosh, I've got this product that blah, blah, blah is in it. Because if they tell you that is not for me or I'm not interested, you have talked way too much. Perfect.
So, and then what you always want to do, you got to understand, once people get a little comfortable with the invite, but you make a lot of money by helping people do it right. So you need to not just get them in and hope, okay, I hope that, you know, we got to have a Zeal party, and you go and you hope that they fill their house. That's not how it works. It's I sponsor you. I'm going to go through the calendar process with you. I'm going to get you so jacked up that this is going to happen for you, because it will happen. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to help walk you through the process of inviting. And I'm also going to correct you. I remember when I got a guy in and he couldn't get nobody to look at what we had. And I said, all right, invite me right now, invite me. And he goes, okay. And he started talking, and within 1 sentence, I knew exactly what he was doing wrong. So I stopped him and said, look, here's what you need to say. And I reminded him, and then I said, this is what you've been saying. He goes, oh my gosh, you're so right. And I went through this. I said, you got to have urgency. You got to be in a hurry, because people follow people that are going somewhere. If they see you're excited about something, and remember, people are more impressed by your enthusiasm than by your knowledge. You do not want to call somebody up. Hello, Karen, this is Alex. I've got an incredible opportunity to do some remarkable business venture right now. I mean, that turns people off. They already, oh God, it's one of those. They're not interested. So remember, I got you to commit to these parties, and then I'm following up with you within 24 hours. We're going to go through the inviting process, and I'm going to help you. And I'm going to see, for a new person, when you're doing this with them, they're going to feel so confident based on your confidence. And I'm telling you, if everyone stops and brings on a new person, or finds somebody in their group that wants to move forward and does this and starts working with the calendar and starts going through the inviting. So if you help somebody in the very beginning, all a new person needs to do is show up at their very first party, which is in their living room. And your goal is your whole goal is to direct everything. You're going to help them with the inviting. You're going to help them do their first party. You're going to actually do it. You're going to walk them through the process. You're going to tell them if they don't get, after 3 calls, they don't get 1 person who wants to come, you're going to tell them to stop and then you're going to diagnose everything. Then we're going to start fresh again. Hey, if there's somebody close to you or local and you want to, go sit down with them at their home and say, all right, we're going to go through the inviting, but you can also sit there while they do the inviting. Say, all right, go ahead. We're going to call some people right now. I'm going to help you. We're going to guarantee we're going to put a few people in your living room Monday night. So if you sit with, remember, you can make a lot of money by investing your time into these people who really want it. So in other words, if somebody's willing to work with you, it's worth your time, because remember, you're going to take that one person and turn it into 8, 12, 16 parties. What does that mean to you? That's a lot of revenue in the group, but it also is a lot of income to you, but it's also income to them. And if you can help them make $1,000, $2,000 right out of the gate, their belief goes through the roof. And you know what? In 30 days, they're a pro at this, an absolute pro, and they're duplicated. Imagine having 1, 2, 5, 20 of those people running around, and they're facilitating what you took your time to facilitate with them. They became an expert overnight. I mean, folks, we mix water in these. We shake them. We push play on. I mean, it's not rocket science. What people need is they need structure. So when you supply them with the structure and you tell them each party represents $500 to $1,000, and they're going to buy in to this whole calendar because it makes sense. And that's going to get people to, and then what I do at the very end when I go through this, when I'm done at the, like I say, I sat with Emily, I'd say, and then I pull this out and I say, Emily, these packs right here, which pack best fits your lifestyle right now? Entry level, mid-level, or premium? And let them decide. And somebody will say, well, I think the best one for me to start with is the builder pack, which, by the way, is the best one to start with. But if somebody can't, they can't. So I tell them again, it's not important. What's important is you get started. And then they usually sign up. Every time we've done this, people sign up on the spot. But if somebody doesn't want, if they don't have the resources, whatever, no problem. I'm still booking your party. Because guess what? You're going to lead me to somebody. And guess what? If I turn to you and we got somebody at your party and they're ready to sign up, do you think you're going to want to sign up? I think you will. Even though you didn't sign up yet, it's okay. I'm still I'm still working with you as if you signed up. Because what you're leading me to is context. See, when you look at a person, it's finite. But if you look through the person, it's infinity. It's infinite. And you don't know who somebody knows. And that person can lead you to your next ambassador. So with that being said, I hope this helped you. Again, we're going to do these trainings, but we're going to cover like a subject or two at a time. Today was about the calendar. Today was about booking a party, booking a meeting from a meeting, bam, fam, booking a meeting from a meeting, and also about inviting. And remember, right now we're in the 11th of the month. We've got so much month left in the month that it's time to go to another level. So with that being said, get with your upline leaders. Let us help you. Comment on the on Facebook in the group. Also, make all your new members a part of the group, or your upline leaders. If they've got their own Facebook, make them a part of that. And with that being said, we want to thank you for your time. And again, we appreciate all of you. God bless. This training is officially over. Have a great day, everybody.